Hi everyone. It's very early, not as early as yesterday. I have my coffee and lovely octopus mug, and on the inside it says seize the day. This is just a really quick, jumping in quickly because I want to respond to a comment someone made about one of the psychic tip shorts. The short was about, is it your emotion or someone else's, and just being empathic, and the person said that he still feels his ex and felt it was a twin flame relationship that didn't work out, and clearly there's some heartbreak there. So I felt like there's enough of us who have experienced this exact kind of situation. I feel really moved to do just a really quick take on that from a spiritual or psychic perspective. So, doing this work for a long time, doing a lot of readings, and getting a lot of questions about love and relationships, I understand the need for companionship, and I understand that sometimes someone can feel like we have known them forever, multiple lifetimes, and maybe we have. I think that's entirely possible and usually is the case. But, and I'm going to use myself as an example here in just a minute. Sometimes, and I don't know what all the situations are, and for the person with the comment, this is not about you personally, but to help kind of hopefully give a little insight into possibilities. When you feel someone else's energy, or you just kind of know they're thinking about you, or you know what they're up to or doing, that is a psychic awareness. And it could just be that you have abilities, or it could be that you are still connected or attached to that individual. There are such things as cords and ties that we freely allow to happen between ourselves and someone else. It can be a wonderful feeling of connection, or it can cause an incredible feeling of heartache when that person isn't the one in your life any longer, but you've still got that cord attached. So what I would suggest is, and a cord is an energetic cord. It's sort of like an energetic umbilical cord. And when you put it that way, it's kind of creepy when you think of it in terms of romance. But it's an energetic umbilical cord to someone else. And it can be draining. And it needs to be cut, because otherwise we are never able to go on with our lives and potentially find someone that will be heart satisfying, soul satisfying companionship, or just to learn to love ourselves and move on with our own lives and live it fully, which is exactly what we all should do. Hazel's back there. She has no shame. Look at that. Anyway, so to do the cord cutting, all you have to do is have the intent to really, truly, in your heart of hearts, be willing to let the situation go, to let that person go. And that is one of the hardest things you will ever have to do in terms of with a relationship. When you realize they could have been here anytime they wanted, they chose not to be. Or even if you had to walk away from the situation because you knew it wasn't in your best interest, and you felt like you were either being maybe love bombed. Hello, been there. It doesn't mean the emotions that you felt weren't real, but you question whether the other person's feelings were ever real. So cut that cord and free yourself. Okay? Archangel Michael, Michael, someone calls him Micah, I believe, which I thought was very cute. And it felt very personal and lovely. But call on these guides, guardians, angelic beings to come in, and I don't know where I'm looking. I hope I'm looking at you straight on. I'm not sure. I still am working on that. Anyway, call on them to come and release you from this bondage of, because that's what it is. It is a type of being bound to someone else's energy and giving them yours. No, that's why I kept doing all of these energy retrieval sessions. Well, not all of them, but at least a couple. I'm going to try to do a better one on that too for you guys. Ask Archangel Michael, Micah, whatever you want to call him. Hey, you. Hopefully with respect. Ask them to come in and cut the cords and ties in all directions of time, to heal the cord, sever it with love and gratitude and light for the lessons learned, and allow that cord to dissolve any energetic connection between you and the other person. And it's okay if it breaks your heart to do, but you've got to have the intent to do it, because it's not healthy. You can do whatever you want. You have free will. Please watch my disclaimer video. However, an energy drain is an energy drain. Okay? And how can you live your best life and ever attract the right person to you, or the right job, or the right anything that would fill that space, or even love for yourself is more than enough to fill that space? How are you going to do that if you are still letting all that energy flow out of you and into someone else who doesn't even want it? It is a gut-wrenching thing. And I also know that sometimes people have to do this in their own time. Like for me, it took 1 solid year. Just this month. And it was an anniversary that only I was aware of. 1 year to the day of the first date. Something clicked in me, and I was able to let go. Wish him well and hope he finds what he needs. But clearly it wasn't me. And I am not going to sit and languish in feelings of not being good enough, or what could I have done differently? Because you know what? There was nothing, me or anyone else in that situation, you could have done differently. Now, if people don't want you, don't hang on to them. Because you're not only dragging yourself down, you're dragging them down too. So get Michael to come in and sever those cords and energetic ties and give you the freedom you deserve to live your best life, to seize the day. And then find your happiness. Find it within. And please, whatever you do, don't give anyone else the power to decide whether you are happy or not. One of the things I started to mention about doing this work for so long is that sometimes you meet someone and you really were supposed to be with them. That was supposed to be a good situation, a good relationship. But you can't force someone to do their own work. You can't force someone to heal or emotionally mature or grow. You can't. Every individual must take responsibility for their own lives and emotional well-being. And sometimes, even though you do feel like it was part of the plan coming in this lifetime that you end up with this person, if they haven't done the work, the only guarantee, and people talk about spiritual life plans, blueprints, fated destiny, whatever, the only thing guaranteed is that you're born and you die. All the decisions in between can change everything. So yeah, maybe someone was supposed to be part of your life, and you were supposed to grow and love each other and support each other. But if one or the other doesn't do their own work, You know, you can't force someone to do the work on themselves, and you can't force someone to love you. Not to sound like Bonnie Raitt, but you know, she had a song about that, very famous one. So let them go with love, but call in your spirit team to surround you and ask, cut the cords, energetic ties with love and compassion in all directions of time, and mean it. If you don't mean it, or you're not ready yet, it'll keep coming back. Okay? So there's that. And also ask your personal spirit team, guardians and guides, to remove the pain and suffering, or the grief, or the loss, the woundedness, the betrayal, and the feelings of not being good enough, because those are not serving you at all. Release those things and watch your life blossom. All right, I'm also hearing, be leery of jumping into something new too fast as a rebound, or to fill the void, because unfortunately there are some not very nice people in the world, and they will sense that. And that's how very often you go from feeling bad about yourself to worse about yourself, and possibly even physically sick, because someone is draining you dry. Energy vampirism is real. And, you know, you don't have to make anybody account for that. It happened in its own way, in its own time. And if you really look at the lives of the people who come in to try to take advantage of you, are they really that happy? Okay. All right, so energy cord cutting, important. Know your worth. And if you are, you know, and I understand why that happened with the one that took me a year to the day to finally release. I was just feeling alone and wounded and unseen. See yourself. See yourself the way Spirit does. Because you're divine and perfect. Try not to wish harm on anyone. Only give them healing. Don't give them. Ask Spirit to help them to heal so they don't repeat the patterns. And it's okay to say, I know you didn't love me, but I did love you. And a part of me always will, just as a part of you always will. But sometimes you have to love yourself more. And be truthful with yourself about the red flags you saw that you didn't want to see. This is your life. And yes, we will come back most likely and do this many times over and over again. But in this time and in this life and in this incarnation, you do what makes you happy. Admit the pain, but then move on. If someone wanted to be with you, they would. Because you're worth it. Okay. All right. I think that's it for right now. And I need to relax with my coffee for another minute, and then I will do another video, and we'll see if anyone comes through, and we'll pull a card, and we'll see what the energy is for the day. But this was important. A broken heart needs to be mended. And really only you can do that, but do it with the aid and the help of Spirit. You have to ask, always ask. And they have said that over and over again. I love your perfect soul. I wish you would too. And know how wonderful your life could be. You just have to love yourself. All right. So I hope you can hear this. I did not use my little clip-on microphone because sometimes when spirit moves you just to jump on and do stuff, you gotta do it. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.